What is up, Ramin Akia with Real Talk?
What's up, Luis, man?
Woo-woo.
Hey, brother.
How you doing?
It is a strong Tuesday. Lots of stuff going on for this week, man. It's going to be insanity galore tomorrow. You know, you're joining me at the golf course, so I'll see you at the airport.
Cinnabar, heck yeah.
Right. Hole 6,
Score,
right?
Santa Clara County Association of Real Estate Agents.
Score. And
Realtors.
also Santa Clara County Foundation of Realtors. So those are two
Realtors. Nuclear or nuclear.
It's almonds. Until you knock them off the tree, they become almonds. You knock the L out of them.
Almonds. All right. Hey, listen up.
Okay.
Did you hear what just happened? NAR's getting sued again.
That's not the only one. I just saw a couple other lawsuits too. It's I don't know how long realtors are going to put up with these guys, man. There has to be a point.
This one is crazy though. Like you gotta real. I mean, how long are they going to go here? Yeah, actually, what I want to do is pull this up. Hold on, let me see if I can do this on this end. Let's see. But this one, I mean, I'm with the realtors on this one.
I hear you.
So let me see. No, that one will hold on. Let me see. That's not it. Let me pull this up because this lawsuit is, I think it's going to change the landscape of how leads are getting, how they're going to be sold and transacted. Is that a word?
So essentially, this is, I think, the 5th or 6th lawsuit now against NAR. So the initial one was for the sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And they paid a bunch of hush money, so to speak, to get that thing removed and paid the witnesses off or whatever, the defendants out. And nobody knows how much was paid out because it's obviously under NDA, similar to Stormy Daniels. Regardless, so that was done. And then we got the lawsuit from Minnesota or Missouri, I'm sorry, where we have the whole commission thing or compensation.
Right.
Now this latest one is interesting. It's by a bunch of realtors who got together and said, hey, man, you're screwing us. You're selling us a bunch of leads that don't have any value. And I know a lot of realtors in my area that have been buying from that company. It's called Move, but it's really Realtor.com, right?
It's Realtor.com.
So
imagine buying all these leads. You're spending thousands on leads and to find out that they're bogus. How would that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Can you pull this up on the screen?
I cannot. Luis, give me a quick second. You just keep talking, okay?
All right.
And give me a quick second here.
Well, let me just say that it was NAR Move, which is Realtor.com, was named in the lawsuit alleging sale of fake leads. So the National Association of Realtors, NAR, is facing yet another lawsuit. The latest complaint, which is seeking class action status, was filed on Friday by 8 real estate agents in the Los Angeles County Superior Court. That is insane. Suit claims that NAR, along with Move Inc., which is Realtor.com, Op City Acquisitions, RIA Group Ltd., which, according to the complaints, are all wholly owned subsidiaries of Move and News Corp, who is also a defendant, defrauded agents by selling them fake leads, straight up. Did you pull that up already?
Yeah. So what does that mean? Fake leads. What does that entail?
Fake leads. It means that they didn't even exist. So from what I've been reading is they basically, this is what I'm imagining. Okay. So it's not like, I mean, this is the only way they can do this, right? So, you get the farm list from the title reps, and you pull the list. Oh, well, this one has this LTV. Let's go ahead and grab the phone numbers and emails, and then let's sell them as a premium lead. And
those aren't cheap, man. Honestly,
they're not. I participated in the Realtor.com thing. I participated in the Zillow and all of that. We spend thousands on Zillow, like per month.
Zillow is big, and I wonder if that they're implicated at all in this thing. I mean, there's no telling at this point how far and wide this is going to span. But it's just another case. My question is this, man: how long are realtors going to continue to pay their fees and their dues to be called a realtor? At some point, there's got to be a point of diminishing returns, man. They're supposed to protect you against lawsuits. That didn't work out.
Right.
They're supposed to give you a say in Congress and some things that are going on in legal aspects. Okay, I'll give them a little bit of respect for that because they have been doing some crazy things. The new administrator or this administration is going out. They're talking about national rent control. So we have rent control in San Jose where you can't raise the rent for over 2%, I think, is per year. They're
So
talking about national rent control. So yeah, NAR is putting up a fight on that. That's good, and I appreciate them doing that. But at one point, I mean, this is your NAR money that's going basically to waste. Honestly, I don't know how much further you guys can take this. They're not being protected in terms of getting sued.
on the
Uh,
contrary,
on the contrary, you are getting sued. Au
yeah,
contraire, mon frère.
on contrary. Look at this. These let me see, pull it up again. Look what it says right here. These processes, the unlawful, right here, the unlawful bundling are designed to amass a tremendous and tremendously growing database, which the defendants then characterize as leads. So I guess they bundle them. They buy them from it. Oh my God, I don't even know the
So
details.
for the consumers out there who are listening to this stream, what it means by leads is when realtors want to find out who in a neighborhood, for instance, is likely to sell their house, who potentially could be a new buyer, whatever. They put on some data and they suck out some data from databases. Okay, this is from
Mhm.
Realtor.com, which is owned by Move, and we pay money to these people. So on the loan side, we would pay, to see who's got a certain credit score or who's got a certain interest rate on their mortgage, and then we would call them and say, "Hey, I got your number from here, blah blah blah. I'd like to pitch you this." So realtors were doing this with Realtor.com, and they were paying, I think, in the order of at least $100. I think our leads weren't that cheap either, Lou. I mean, $150 was a good lead, right? So
Right.
I don't know how much these guys were paying for their leads, but imagine getting 1,000 names, let's say, even at $100. Okay, that's not a small spend, and you're doing this on
Yeah.
a monthly basis,
Yeah.
and you're saying, I want this zip code or that zip code, or I want this qualification of buyer or seller, somebody who's been in their house for 7 years plus, has this much equity. I want their names and phone numbers. Give them to me. And you were fed a bunch of fake
Bunch
dudes.
of nothing, probably recycled leads from years ago. Look at this. The defendants bundled and sold plaintiffs were not leads at all, but a series of individuals who defendants have collected personally identifying information, but who have no interest in purchasing real estate.
So they weren't even qualified.
They were, I mean, then it kind of, the consumer is now getting calls because they're thinking, I mean, they don't even know why they're getting calls, right?
Yeah, and that could be a
But
whole nother lawsuit right there in and of itself.
right. So
Your
now
name
you
will
know
be
why. Like it's because you got, these organizations like realtor.com that are selling these leads to realtors, you know, under the false pretense of, oh, they want to be contacted. And it's
then
kind of demoralizing. Like
it's
I
not a
made
data
a
breach,
lot of
man.
calls. Huh?
This is not a data breach. This
I
is
don't
simply
know.
misrepresentation of names
Well,
and numbers to people who are looking to make some money.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, for realtors, this should matter. You guys should be paying attention to this. Like I'm paying attention because I bought some of the leads, the pre-approval leads on Zillow and Realtor and all these, and it's a punch in the gut. Like it was demoralizing. God, I guess I'm not good at taking these calls. I mean, I went through a lot of like emotions, and I'm like, nah, forget it. The leads are no good. Like I wish I had the Glengarry Ross.
Right?
The
What
leads.
what leads were they? I want the Glengarry leads. I want the Glengarry
They
leads.
were in Glengarry leads.
Yeah, great movie, man.
But yeah, all you realtors, I mean, this should matter big time to you.
It should.
Imagine
So
if, and these are just allegations, right? But
there,
what if they're true?
allegedly,
Right.
yeah.
Have you like seen anything on your end? Like
Not in terms of this story. This popped up on my radar today when you showed it to me, and I was really shocked at the number of lawsuits that are coming from everywhere. So this is
Mhm,
8 realtors that got together and said, "Hey, we've had enough.
mhm,
We kind of see through. We took the red pill, and now we see things as like the Matrix. But this is just one set, and this really goes to what we've been talking about this past couple weeks, Lewis. We've been saying that there's going to be lawsuits pending for everybody. So
oh,
if you're holding an open house, please, please just go to the Car Forms website, grab your open house sign-in sheet. Make sure you're asking your people that come in if they're represented or not, because there's going to be secret shoppers, man. This is just the first in a slew of lawsuits going to be coming. For the next 12 months, I expect a lot of lawsuits to be coming. So please be on your toes, guys. Realtors, just go ahead and take a card class or two. You can do them self-paced. Just learn. All you need to do is be a little bit more cautious. Just change the way you do business a little bit, and you'll be safe. You other guys who don't care or who don't know, you're gonna know in a minute. You're gonna know what's up.
mhm,
And I'm sorry, and I wish you guys would just take some more classes or just be involved a little bit in the realtor community so you can hear what other realtors are saying and understand what's happening in your market. Look, guys, it's not too late. Okay, tomorrow is Wednesday. Score is having a golf game. Every realtor that I know is going to be out there. Just come out there and hang out with us. We're on hole 6. If you guys don't have resources, I'll give you resources tomorrow. I promise I'll have something with me. Lewis will be there as well. At least we'll get you pointed in the right direction. Okay. It's not that I want your business. It's not that I want anything from you. Just come. Just come out there. It's free. There's no entrance fee or anything. Just come to my hole 6, and I'll get you some free resources. If you're a realtor who doesn't know what's going on, if you're a realtor that knows what's going on, come out there and hang out with me and Lewis and shoot some guns. We got what do you got? Laser guns, laser ammo tomorrow.
yeah, yeah, we have a pretty cool, booth, that we're setting up with, laser gun. It's a whole, little, shooting range for time, but it's like the professional series too. It's not a toy. It's the type that law enforcement use for training. So you go and you shoot, boom, boom, boom. You got 10 targets for time. We're giving away what, a couple of 3 gift cards, right?
Yeah, a couple Amazon
200.
gift cards. I think one of them was $100, $50, whatever. Yeah, so it'd
Yeah,
be fun. If nothing
yeah.
else, at least you'll have something to point to before you go to your open house on Saturday. Okay, so
Yep,
please,
yep,
please,
yep.
please, this is just another hit. I mean, they're going to keep coming. So I
Yeah,
expect a
you're
lot of
right.
this stuff. Yeah,
You're right. There's gonna be more. I mean, is do you think NAR is gonna survive all of this? I mean,
they got to
it's
have a lot of money. And you know what, Luis? They what do you call it? They settled out for the lawsuit, right? So, and they guaranteed a certain amount of money to be paid to the bigger brokerages, for the liability portion of this. So I don't know how much money they have in reserves at this point. I really don't know what they have, and this is going to be a huge dent to their reserves.
Mhm. As far as and you know what's funny is that or not funny at all, but the DOJ is involved in this as well. So
DOJ wants some skin. They want some realtor butt. That's what they want. They're just hungry, and they're really adamant about this whole collusion thing. That's most of this drive. I think at the end of the day is coming from a portion of it is coming from the DOJ and how they really want some
mhm,
some realtor meat. They want to
mhm.
bite.
It's that 10% of realtors that mess it up for the rest, right? Because
Yeah, and
I know a lot of realtors and they're not, I don't see them doing this.
no, the professional guys I hang out with and I see everyone on a day-to-day basis, they're immensely, I mean, consummate professionals. It's the bad few that, maybe I don't even think they maybe even meant to dig the hole, but they essentially got caught, doing things, double ending things where they weren't really holding up the end of the bargain for the other guy. And this is where the collusion thing comes into play, I think. And
Mhm.
so it is what it is, right? These days, now we have to deal with it. Just deal with the
Yep.
consequences.
Yep. Look at this. The plaintiffs claim that NAR allowed its name and logo to be used to
Oh,
legitimize the other defendants' actions.
wow.
So yeah, that's how NAR was involved. So,
Wow, that's
uh,
insane.
right?
Right? So they
And
use the realtor logo and tag on
yeah,
their
to
advertising.
legitimize.
And
We're
well,
gonna
that gives
see.
a legitimacy. If I see a realtor on there, it means it came from NAR, so they
Yeah,
better be good leads.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. I trust NAR, right?
Right. Wow.
Wow. I
That's
wonder
insane.
what yeah, I can't wait to see this play out. I wanna see what evidence they have. What is I mean, to file a class action lawsuit, they must have some pretty serious
Class action is not a joke.
evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you think it's gonna do you think the DOJ is gonna come in and regulate how leads are bought or transacted? Like, because right now, like, I swear, I thought it was just me, but you know, when you have that feeling like, "Hey, I just spent $1,000 on Zillow leads, and you know what? They're not really interested in what I have to offer."
But
And
it's
I'm
not
like,
just $1,000, man. That's only like 10 leads, dude, right?
"Yeah, yeah, 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 of course, yeah." But what I'm saying is, um, I kinda had, like, a feeling that they weren't very interested. These were like, like, hang up and be like, "Hey, can you stop calling me?" I'm like, "Damn, alright." And then they had a little option where you say, "Hey, this was a bad lead," and you return it, and then you go through this whole like a bunch of red tape, to say, "Oh, well, this is the reason," and blah, 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 blah. And then it was kind of 50-50 if they gave you credit for it, um, as a
And
bad
Louis,
lead.
to that point, people who are consumers don't really understand unless you're in sales, and you have the Glengarry leads. To pick up the phone and call somebody that you don't know, it takes some energy, not just a little bit of energy. And then you're expected to get slammed and punched in the mouth a couple times. It's not a problem, right? That comes with the territory.
But that's if it's a cold lead. If they're not expecting your call, yes, I get it. But if you get this lead and it's a Glengarry Ross lead, right? It's the lead, and you're like, boom, you call them quick because hey, they requested this information. You paid for that, and you call them, and then they yell at you and they hang up on you. Well,
Yeah, that
now
really
I'm putting
saps your
two and two
energy.
together.
Yeah, and now that's one, and then two, and then three, and then four, and by the
Yeah,
time you're on the seventh call, you're kind of ready to hang up before you even hang up. So,
right. This is
yep,
horrible.
we got to just keep our eyes on the table here and see what's going on.
Mhm.
I think these are going to just keep coming in, Lewis, and so we'll report on them. You can count on Luis and I to be here and tell you guys all about this. We have Carl coming in, Carl Lee on Friday. He's going to be special. He was the I think a director at CAR or something like that, California
Oh,
Association of Realtors.
I love it.
So it's going to be great. And I really can't wait for tomorrow's episode either. That's with Geraldine Serrano. If you don't know about cost segregation and you're a realtor or real estate investor, you're missing out on so many deductions that you don't even know about. This is where they take the carpets, the drapes, the flooring, and they depreciate them. So you can take a huge depreciation on your property up front. I think at this point it's like 70 or 80%. I'm not sure, but Geraldine will
Mm,
clear that up tomorrow. But that's going to be great as well. And we've had actually who is that? It was Sheila Long with 1031 Exchange. So we've got some
right.
really big hitters coming on. Keep tuned, especially for the real estate investment segments. I think there are going to be some key things in here for you guys.
Yeah, the
But yeah,
tax segregation is gonna be really good because
yep,
I see a lot of, like, TikTokers with, 60-second videos or short or TikTok reels, and they only they only give you little bits and pieces, but, it's definitely there's definitely more to it, and I looked into that, and it didn't I mean, there's some qualifying, parts, like, not everybody qualifies for it, and it's not good for everybody, but I don't know enough to speak intelligently about it, so we'll just have to wait for Friday. Friday, right?
that's right. Friday. No, that's actually Wednesday. Wednesday is the real estate stuff. By the way, what you see on the screen, ding, 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 Lou Dog, and the Glenn Ross reference, nice. That's from our buddy Joel Ramirez. He's in Los Angeles. If you guys are in Los Angeles and you need a lender in LA, Joel Ramirez, hit me up or DM me for his information. But I'm going to put his name up right now because he's been on
Mhm.
almost all of our podcasts, man. I love it, dude. Thank you so much, Joel, for coming on.
Heck yeah, I love it. Hey, so you know what else I thought of, right now is the, trigger leads, because that,
Oh,
I think, falls in that same little realm where, I got my, and I'm gonna say it, my poor customers, right? I run their credit. I wait till our to the last minute. We sometimes, a lot of times, we opt out prescreen.com them, and they're on the do not call list. And as soon as I run credit to get the loan going, bam, they get 80 calls a day, and it's horrible. And that's because I even put fake number, like phone numbers in the
Yeah.
application, thinking I can trick the I don't know, the lead generation system. But Equifax, I'm not sure if it's Equifax or Experian, one of those two. They 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 collect the data. They're like, nope, that's the wrong number. Here
They'll
you go.
cross reference it against their own database, dude.
Yeah,
But
they're like, nope, this is the correct one. Hey, hey, lenders, who wants this? I'll sell it for I don't
yeah,
know, a dollar or whatever. And then that's how consumers have 80 freaking calls.
that's
And
opt.prescreen.com. It's on your screen right now. Before you have your credit run by any, if you're not going through Luis or myself or through Joel, which we love you, brother, uh, just whoever, before you run your credit, opt.prescreen.com and make sure you register. You're good for 5 years, guys. Okay. So
yeah, but
that's everybody should
you
be
know,
on that.
that's been working less and less though lately. Well, that's how I feel. But there's a bill, there's a Senate bill that's should be countering and is going to stop that because yeah, it's harassment.
It is harassment.
It's harassment.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok video or my Instagram the other day. We got hacked. Everybody got hacked. I know your social security number, and I know where you live,
Well, no, you
and
don't know
so
everybody's
does
social
all the
security.
dark web.
If you go on the
2.9.
dark web, you can, but you don't go on the dark web.
Well, I don't.
So
I'm just dark in here. What's going on? But anyway, yeah, 2.9 million records released. So if you guys, if you haven't already, freeze your credit, guys, and also sign up for something like LifeLock, not just LifeLock, any other company you want to monitor your credit, but just sign up and keep a tab on your health of your FICO score. All right, it's a big deal.
yeah.
I think we don't talk
You
enough
know,
about that. There's no news on it either. It's kind of crazy.
no, it's all quiet. Imagine that.
Yeah,
There should be a lot of news on this, and it's kind of quiet. I
yeah,
mean, I seriously feel that there needs to be more transparency in how these leads are generated and
I
how they're
agree.
sold. It's unregulated, just like solar, unregulated as well. This is crazy. And just like the 1030, remember Sheila said, yeah, 1031, the way that works, unregulated. So lenders, we're highly, highly regulated. Like
You
we can't
think?
do anything. It has to fit within that little box, and we have to force it in and mold it so that it fits.
Right.
All these and the real estate agents are now feeling
You have to play within
that
the sandbox for
regulation.
now.
Yeah.
Everybody has to play in the same sandbox.
Yeah, but what about the lead generators? You know? I mean, agents, we and realtors should they should have better ways to verify the lead quality
And
before
I love
making a purchase.
how you have to dive in so deep to understand what's going on. Like Realtor.com is a company called Move.com who owns other
Mhm.
assets as well, um, which also are selling leads. So it's interesting how these guys are encapsulating themselves within LLCs or other companies and removing themselves from the sphere, so you don't know what's going on.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I saw
right.
this, yeah, it was a punch to the gut. So,
It is.
yes, I'm taking it just a little tiny bit personal.
Well,
So
I
I'm
would
gonna
too, especially if you bought leads. 150 bucks a hit,
yeah,
and they're not good. They're BS leads, and that's not a good thing.
we used to spend like 25, and I know this is a small budget, but there's other companies that are spending $10,000, $20,000 a month
Wow.
on these leads. We were spending 2,500, and I thought that was a lot for what I was getting. If I was
Right.
closing, and we are getting some real traction on those and helping the consumer, but we weren't. We were harassing the consumer because
Yeah,
of
people didn't want to get called.
yeah, they didn't want to get called. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Yeah, me too. I really want to see this up. So, hey, once again, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, join us back here live on YouTube, Facebook,
Gee,
LinkedIn. Giddy up. You going to bump us out?
giddy up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do some Eminem, of course.
I love Eminem. Thanks for
Hey,
joining us
thank you.
tomorrow,
Thank
guys.
you for joining us, everybody. Peace out.
What he wrote down, the whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking.